everyone, I'm Aria. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Happy Monday. I hope you had a wonderful weekend and I hope you have a great week ahead of you too. So today's speed build honestly is a miracle that it's even being posted, because I literally started this like 2 days ago and I have no idea how I managed to get it all done. But yes, we have a medieval inspired castle today. I'm really proud of this and it came together pretty quickly, as you can see. Well, I say that the shell came together pretty quickly. The rest of it literally has taken me the last 2 days just to try and get all the details right and everything, and lots of sending screenshots to Tina and asking for advice, because every time I looked at it I was like, there's something missing, but I couldn't figure out what it was. But it was fine. We managed to get there. So some of these towers, as you've probably seen from the thumbnail and the intro, I do later change to like round fake towers using the platform tool, just to give it a different kind of look. But yeah, I hope you like it, and there's lots of screenshots at the end if you don't have time to watch all of the video. So I'll try and remember to timestamp this one. I always forget, but if I have, then you should be able to just jump straight to the screenshots, because there's quite a few of them today. I have created 2 pieces of custom furniture for this build. One of them is a fireplace, which I've actually used 3 times in this build. I did post a little video on Twitter yesterday, I think it was yesterday, because it actually works. And I was really happy that it works, because I was convinced that it wasn't going to and that I wasn't going to be able to get it to work. But basically I was playing around with the different fireplaces that we have in game, and they just weren't big enough. We've recently just finished rewatching all of Game of Thrones and I really like their like huge fireplaces that you probably would be able to literally just walk straight into, and I wanted to have something like that for this castle, and I couldn't find anything anywhere, and I thought, well, maybe I'll be lazy and see if somebody has created one already, and I can just, you know, download that off the gallery and shove that in here. And I couldn't find one. There's so many different like custom fireplaces on the gallery, but most of them are really modern, or they just really weren't what I was looking for. So I thought, no, okay, can't be lazy, I'll have to just make one myself. So that's what I've done. The other custom piece that I made was a market stall, like a market stand. I didn't make it specifically for this. I actually made it back in October, I think. But so I just literally downloaded that out of my library and put it here and changed up a couple of bits. But both of those 2 pieces are on the gallery separately if you are interested in taking a look, or if you want to download them, then they are there for you. There's screenshots of them both at the end if you would like to see them. So I do struggle with roofing this and in the end we don't roof this particular section. We end up just putting some half walls and creating like I don't really know what it's called actually, a castle roof with you know what you usually have on turrets, but like I've done it on 4, I think, the 2 big ones at the back, and then there's like 4, oh that's 6, I can't count. And then there's like the 4 over like the kind of smaller middle section. So this is what I do pretty much everywhere. I do kind of, it annoys me because it's not even, and it needs to be like an odd number for the walls to line up. I'm not explaining myself very well, like this. And in some places they do that, and in some places they don't, and it gets a little bit annoying for me. So I do change several bits out, as you will probably see throughout the video, because I get annoyed that it doesn't match up properly. We do add a little bit of an extension onto the right hand side. I didn't film it. I thought I was finished. I was convinced that I was finished, and I was like looking around it, and I was like, nope, no, I'm done. And then I kind of realized that I didn't have anywhere for all of my plants. So right here where I'm creating this wall section, I actually add an extension onto it. So there's like another 2 guard towers and like a staff garden, if that makes sense. There's like a washing line and some plants. I downloaded them off the gallery because I was too lazy to try and grow them myself. But we've just got some soybeans, I think some chamomile, and maybe blackberries. I think blackberries. I also downloaded a I've never seen it before, but then I've not really played the game much, so I obviously missed it. But it's like a meat wall thing from Eco Living Lifestyle, whatever that one's called. And I've put that in like the kitchen. So I actually, in the kitchen, I actually have like a huge walk-in. I was originally meant to be a pantry, but there's like a stove in there with like bread on the racks and everything, which I thought was really cool. It's not functional, unfortunately, because I've used the fire set thing that came with Get Famous. So that doesn't work, but it still looks pretty cool. I've also included 2 staples, and I've used, I think it's from City Living, it's like a horse statue thingy that I've just put in there because, you know, no real horses, so couldn't do that. But I still think it looks pretty cool. This section on the right hand side where the entryway will be, above that there's like staff rooms, like staff bedrooms. So if you have a vintage glamour, I think it is, then that pack comes with a hireable butler. So I thought that would be a good space for your butler to live. There is actually 4 bedrooms over the stables, and obviously you can only hire 1 butler, but maybe you want to include like a nanny or something that's in your household, and then you can, you know, set them to stay in that section of the building, in that section of the castle, unless they obviously come over and do the cooking and things. So on the outside of this building, as you can see, I have put stone all over the turrets, and on the main building itself I've put this, I don't know what it's called, it's from Get Together, the Tudor kind of looking paint, and I just add lots of the detail pieces pretty much everywhere. I use them inside too, because I had a couple of walls that looked really kind of blank and just plain, and I had ran out of appropriate paintings to use, and I didn't want to like double up the paintings in the same room, so I kind of created like mini feature walls using these different patterned wall pieces. So it looks pretty much the same inside. There's lots of red curtains and things, and I think it really goes well together. So once I have done this bit, I then spent probably about 4 hours trying to figure out windows. So I have cut all of that out, so otherwise you'd be literally sat here for like 4 hours watching me try and figure out windows when nobody's got time for that. So yeah, we add all of the windows and all the doors in, and I actually did all the floor plan as well. And yeah, we add quite a lot more detail to the turrets and everything. I add like I don't know what it's called, the things that sit at the top of the wall. You'll see them in just a second. And all of the corners get columns on them. Gosh, I can't think of words today. So whilst you are watching me do some landscaping around this pond, today's shout out for my... Okay, I'll start that again. So if you haven't watched any of my videos this year, I am shouting out a different person each video who has inspired me or is, you know, supportive in the community. So today's shout out is for Fantasims. So I have been following her for a while and I just love the things that she creates. She uses the tool mod for pretty much everything. And she creates these really amazing different things that you can use in your builds, like different roofings made out of bookcases and dragons. If you haven't seen any of her dragons, then you definitely need to go and have a look. She created one for I don't remember what it was actually. I think it was like a Japanese inspired build with Snowy Escape maybe, but she created this like huge dragon, and it's amazing. And there's a couple of pictures of one that she's building right now on Twitter, so definitely go and check out all of her things. She's very, very inspiring. Inspiring to me, sorry. So yeah, if you haven't, definitely go and check her out. So we are adding lots of ivy to all of the corners. I think I might have cut it out, but I do use the tool mod to lower some of these down, so that they look like they're hugging the foundation as well as, you know, the rest of the building. It kind of looked a little bit bare where I've got the foundation sticking out of like the terrain. Most of it I tried to pull the terrain up so that it kind of covered the edge of the foundation, but on the front section where I've got the pond, I couldn't bring the terrain up, so I had to try and figure out what else to cover it with. So I end up copying some of these windows and lowering them down onto the foundation. I think I have kept it in, so you will probably see me do that just in a second. But right now we are going to the back of the castle, which is where the garden is. So I've used the packages from debug to line the like pathway, I suppose you could call it a pathway. It took me a really long time, so I haven't included it because again, you don't have time to sit and watch me place the same thing like 100 times. But all of these plants are base game debug plants. I just like them a lot better, and I've used a couple from different packs for around the pond, but most of them are base game. So up here I add some cannons from Get Famous, after I've added a couple more details down here. Pretty much every item that is kind of in the same swatch of wood is from Get Together, because I'm obsessed with that pack and I can't build without it. But yeah, here are all of the cannons. I thought they added a kind of nice touch to the style. And yeah, so I do end up changing this wall section out here because the cannons didn't line up where I wanted them to. But you know, I think it looks okay even though they're kind of missing one. So just before we end this video, I just wanted to include the footage of me building this custom fireplace. It did take me a little while, so I have cut kind of me scrolling through debug out, but basically I just went through the debug menu, found a bunch of items that I thought looked cool and kind of fitted the look that I wanted, and then spent like a good 2 or 3 hours just messing around with it to try and figure out how I wanted it to look. So I used this, I think it's like a tree cage, I think that's what it's called, I'm not sure, and I take some of the fireplace pokers out of the debug menu and rotate them slightly and put them in the top of this tree cage. Just to, I don't know, add an extra detail, I guess, so it looks like you have like fireplace pokers as a clutter item. We had them in The Sims 3 and I used to use them all the time, and unfortunately we don't have them now, so I had to make my own, which is fine because, you know, they still look pretty cool. I did have a bit of an issue trying to get them to save to the gallery though, because they kept on disappearing, but I managed to figure it out. There's one from City Living that won't save and one from the base game that does, so the base game one is the one that I've used. So yeah, this is pretty much what the fireplace looks like. I add a couple of details, as you'll see in the screenshots at the end, which are coming up in just a second. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you would like to download it, it is on the gallery, the same with this fireplace and the market stand. Yeah, let me know what you think and I will see you all next time. Bye everyone!